wrinkly toenails would keep her from her mission. Not after that send-off at the center. "Should have been a little more careful about where I was steppin'," she said. Justin grinned. "That's part of ranch life, darlin'. Evidently, you haven't lived on one." "Oh, honey, you are so wrong about that," she thought. As they crossed the foyer and entered a huge living room, she studied him from the corner of her eye. Scruff covered his square jaw, but she could see a very slight cleft in his chin. He walked with the cowboy swagger and confidence that would have women falling all over him, and he'd called her darlin'. Did he flirt with everyone? "We can talk in here, Emily. Have a seat anywhere. Sorry about the mess." "Thanks. I work at the Oakview Retirement Center in Bowie. Kate and I were going to talk about renting your bunkhouses for a week. Did he let you know if y'all had made a decision?" She spit it all out at once without taking a breath as she sat on the edge of the sofa, legs crossed at the ankle and back straight. "He only told me that someone from the retirement center was coming by to visit about something as he was walking out the door 15 minutes ago. But this is the first I'm hearing about it." His forearms bulged beneath the rolled-up sleeves of his black pearl-snap shirt, and his hands were huge. She had to look at him to talk to him, but when she did, she noticed that the top 2 snaps of his shirt were undone, giving her a peek at light brown chest hair. She couldn't get her thoughts together looking right at him. She'd expected the Maguire brothers to be her dad's age. "There are 5 elderly folks at the center. They have some problems, but basically they're pretty spry to be in their 70s. She glanced down at the coffee table, where papers were strewn about. "You're building a house? Are you an architect? I thought the Maguires were ranchers." "We are, but I'm trying my hand at drawing up the plans for our foreman and his new wife," he answered. Emily leaned forward. "Doesn't look like it's going to be very big." "Not here at first, but the design will make it easy to add on later." He chose a chair close to the coffee table where the plans were laid out. "So tell me more about this idea you've got, Ms. Barker." "Baker, not Barker," she corrected him. "Sorry about that. I'm better with faces than names. Might not be real good with names, but I never forget a pretty face." He raked his fingers through light brown hair that had definitely had a cowboy hat settled on it not long ago. "Don't flirt with me, cowboy," she thought. "I'm the Senior Activities Director at the Oakview Retirement Center, and we try to have an outing for our patients a couple of times a year. One elderly gentleman asked that we visit a ranch for a week this spring. He had a big spread up near the Red River when he was younger. I can tell he gets homesick for all this." She motioned with the flip of her hand. "For the smell of fresh cow manure?" Justin chuckled as he glanced down at her feet. A slow burn crept from her neck to her face. "And hay and baby calves and all that goes with ranchin'. Like I said, there are 5 of them who are interested, and they're all in their 70s. They've got some arthritis problems, but none of them need wheelchair facilities. Otis was the rancher, and his buddy Larry owned a construction business. Then there's Sarah, Patsy, and Bess, who want to get away for a while. Sarah was a schoolteacher but grew up on a farm. Patsy and Bess are twins who were raised on a ranch back in the 1940s and 50s. Will there be medical professional folks to stay with them? And if this could happen, we'd have to have some paperwork showing we weren't responsible for accidents," Justin asked. "I'll stay in the ladies' bunkhouse, and we'll give their meds each day, and I'll be in direct contact with the on-call nurse at the center. And we'll be glad to sign a disclosure freeing you from all responsibility," she answered. "Would it be possible for me to see the bunkhouses?" "Sure, but I'll have to talk to the rest of the family before I can give you an answer. You got a coat? It's not far from here to the bunkhouses, but that north wind is pretty cold." "Just this jacket." She looked down at the lightweight sweater that matched her dress. "You can borrow one of ours. Be right back." He whistled as he left the room. Most of the time she was